and I don't want to put on the tinfoil hat and talk about the chemtrails and mosquitoes, but is there a role, if any, in terms of regulating not just corporations, but these billionaires?
I don't know. I mean, I spent a lot of time thinking about Γκέιτς because I wrote a book about him.
Yes.
But, and there's patterns to his strategy. He calls it philanthrocapitalism, which is that I'll tell you, he did this with Common Core curriculum where everybody gets, is taught kind of to learn Microsoft programming when they're is trained in doing that. So when they leave school, when they're in school, when they leave school, that they become customers. He did this with the Green Revolution in Africa, which he financed, he and the Rockefeller Foundation. And the Green Revolution was about converting Africans away from traditional, like sorghum and beans and plantains, and the sort of sustainable agriculture that they had developed over 20,000 generations, and switching them to GMO corn. And he owns the GMO corn because he owns a big chunk of Monsanto. And then Cargill, which he brought in to do the supply chain. And the deal that they make with Africa is that if you switch to global commodities, then we will not only supply you the fertilizer, we'll supply you the pesticides, and then we will buy the commodity at the end of the season, and we will use it in our products for McDonald's, for Kraft. He also owns Kraft, and Coca-Cola, the corn syrup and the Coca-Cola, etc. So that was kind of with the Green Revolution, and now as a result of that, there are 30 million additional Africans who are living on the edge of starvation. And during the COVID, we shut down. So now the people in Africa, we stopped importing all their corn. We stopped importing the thing, so all the promises of globalization that we made to the African people back in 1996, when Clinton was president and Γκέιτς was driving the foreign policy, those promises all got broken because now that corn was left in heaps on the docks and it wasn't being shipped. And there were 10,000 African children dying a month of starvation. The lockdowns really destroyed that whole illusion of globalization. But, it was a money-making enterprise for Γκέιτς. And the vaccines are the same thing. He gives the money, gets tax deductions for giving the money to the WHO. He gains control of the WHO. The WHO pays for finances the health ministries in virtually every country in Africa. So he can then say, as a condition of getting that money, this is what WHO does. As a condition to get that money, you have to show that you vaccinated a certain percentage of your population. Is the milestone, and the vaccines that they're buying are owned by companies that Γκέιτς owns. Oh, it's this system where, at the end, the punchline on almost all of his philanthropic projects are that he ends up making money. Oh, I don't look into his head and speculate about why he thinks the way that he does, but he did the same thing with Microsoft. Microsoft was, it was a monopoly. It's to control every aspect of vertically integrate and control every aspect of the domain of the landscapes, and be able to monetize philanthropy to make yourself richer.